My name's Devin. I'm a reformed social entrepreneur and now a activist in the Free Libre open source movement and the Occupy movement, which I believe to be the same movement. And I work under the banner of Serapis, the Greek god of open source, Free Libre open source technologies, and I do a lot of Occupy technology work.
I'm Leah. I am an activist and community organizer who is on the heels of or still riding the wave of the Occupy movement. And I am a writer, and I work with Devin on Free Libre open source technology advocacy.
I'm Lynne DS-J. I also do sort of social entrepreneurship and internet media open source advocacy, but I'm really working with utilizing those technologies to create networks and platforms for, in particular, people in the creative arts and in education. And I'm an educator. I've been teaching in the public university system in New York City for almost a decade, and I'm a blogger and a poet, and I run also the arts community and magazine Exit Strata. And yeah, I don't know. That's what we do. World changing.
I'm excited about ELL because I'm interested in spaces for collaboration and shaping them and contributing to them in ways that open them up to more and more people contributing all of their individual talents and skills so that we can really tackle the challenges of the future together in a way that's fun and liberatory.
Something that I love about being here right now is I really love the intergenerational aspect of it. I think there's people who, a lot of the people who came together to source this project are people who have really been on the ground creating this sort of network and this sort of work from before people really knew that it existed. But at the same time, we've got really young people who are growing up in a new paradigm and who are creating a new paradigm. And you've got sort of the ones of us who live somewhere in between, and we're all really getting the opportunity via Emerging Leader Labs to come together, participate in the creation of the new paradigm as a new educational model, as somewhere where we're teaching the next generation and teaching the next generation to teach their own generation and to grow similar sorts of systems and networks and technologies and infrastructures, and I also, just want to be here because I think that it's the place where we make these linkages, where you meet the essential people to build those skills together who have the other things that you didn't even know that you needed, or, who sort of round out your vision, and so that you can dream as a group, which is really, really different and more meaningful than dreaming alone.
I think just as in the... You can see in the emerging, Free Libre open source technology ecosystem that the big challenges to make effective solutions for people are integration challenges, and that a lot of people have been doing a lot of work on the ground and also on the internet and in their communities and with themselves, and that now the work to be done is kind of integrating our efforts together in a way that makes this new economy or this networked economy or this new modality, this new networked paradigm of being evident and effective. And that my hope with Emerging Leader Labs is that it becomes that it both gets integrated into the broader the big network of efforts that are taking place, and it provides support for that integration to take place, and is an active part of it, and helps people become catalysts to that integration, so that we can achieve next we can build that next set of solutions upon which like the new world will rely upon.
Will.
You
know, we've all been really, really trained to be really unhappy and really terrified and feeling like the idea of the scarcity economy, which we all talk about so much, like, I'm not going to be enough, I'm not going to have enough, I'm always going to have to struggle, and these sort of conversations that have to do with not only saying, we can build this other model, but then saying that, like, it's okay that you feel that way, and acknowledging that in ourselves, and really being, like, super gentle and compassionate with, like, where we've come from and where those feelings are coming from, and, like, really being in a space where it's okay that we talk about our feelings, and, like, people crying and being like, this is really, really hard, and being like, this is why we're having that trouble communicating, and making that part of the conversation, which it is so much here at Emerging Leader Labs, which is amazing. We're in this Quaker community they're sort of hosting, and that's such a perfect space, because making space for silence, like real respect for everybody talking, and respect for everybody's history, and where their hearts are coming from, and that's so much part of the conversation and what's being done here. It's with so much sensitivity, and that mindful action too has got to be part of the conversation, or we'll never get past it. So what Emerging Leader Labs is doing too is bringing people together, utilizing both those things, and trying to sort of both physicalize on the ground what it means to embody it, and then scale that to make those connections and build those networks and make it something that can sustain and thrive and have a legacy, and have some institutional memory, so that you can really build on these models and that we don't have to redundantly create them again and again.
Revolutionary infrastructure.
Oh,
Duh.
A lot of people still see themselves as individuals, and this is their individual work that they're doing. And I mean, if the transformation that we're going through is one toward an increasingly networked moment, an increasingly networked society, all these pieces need to come together, and we need to stop looking at ourselves as individuals going through these personal transformations, but really we need to start seeing our personal transformations as part of this interconnected societal transformation. And the only way for that transformation to really manifest itself and really take hold is for all of these elements to come together, because the end goal is that we are all connected and that we all come together, and that permeates our ways of communicating and our ways of exchanging and our ways of building together. And it's not personal, and it's not just technological, and it's not just environmental. It's all of these things, and it's political, and it's artistic, and that's why the moment is here and the moment is now, and we all get to be a part of it.
Solidarity.
Solidarity.